Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. My name is Drago, and welcome to my Bloodborne Platinum Trophy Guide. In today's episode, we're going to pick up where we left off and explore the second half of the Forbidden Woods. As you remember, in my previous video, I have unlocked the shortcut, so now we can simply just take the elevator down and pick up where we left off before. Now, in my last video, we explored the upper half of the Forbidden Wood, and today we're going to venture down below and explore the lower areas filled with Viper pits and Viper mobs, enemies. You can see here's a Viper pit hatchling. I think that's what they're called. I'm not sure if that's the official name or what. But it makes pretty good sense so far, so you'll be encountering plenty of them. As far as the best way on dealing with these enemies, I would recommend some kind of fast-hitting weapon. Ludwig's works very well for me, so that's my personal preference. I like the short sword moveset for Ludwig's. As you can see, most of the time I'm able to dispatch these Viper pits without taking any additional damage. And usually, depending on how far you've upgraded your weapon and what your stats are, chances are you'll probably be able to take them out in 3 hits. Once in a while they do tend to hit me, and also keep an eye out for your poison resistance too. It's useful to have an antidote. Those Viper Pit mobs, those are the enemies that have the snakes come out of their head. Basically, they look like humanoid enemies, but except for the part with the snakes, basically. Otherwise, they're pretty similar to hunters. Don't take them lightly because they can hurt you in multiple ways. They have grab attacks that inflict poison and do quite a bit of damage, so you always want to prioritize taking them out first. Gonna check back here and make sure I didn't miss any of the items. And here we see some more twin bloodstone shards. Ooh, and you can see ended up taking a hit from one of the Viper hatchlings. This area is also pretty large, so I'm gonna try to make sure I don't miss out on any of the items. There are 4 runes that you can pick up in this area, and that's not including one you get from the boss fight, which is the Shadows of Yharnam. It looks to me as if I missed one of the items up top, so I'm just gonna go ahead and backtrack there a bit. Or never mind, I think I have to drop down there. Yeah, I'll just come back here later. It looks like that stupid Viper mob just took itself out from me. No, I'll take that. They're actually the enemies here. You can kill them with fire, which is never a bad idea. Or you can kill them with lightning because they're vulnerable to lightning. So just keep that in mind, guys. These bigger Viper pits. The best thing to do is to just close your distance to them as much as you can. Here's the first rune. This is Clear Deep Sea. Let's go ahead and check it out real quick. Add slow poison resistance. So if you guys are having problems with being poisoned in this area, it's always a good idea to go back and just put that on. So and since the giant Viper pit here just killed itself, we don't have to deal with it anymore, so now we can just take out the smaller Viper pit enemies in this area. You can also farm these Viper pits for bloodstone shards. And I want to just come back to this part really quick. Notice these red glowing gravestones. This is how you know there's an area where you can make a jump. This jump here will lead you to the graveyard set, which I just missed, but we'll be coming back here shortly. I think ledges were probably my biggest nemesis in Souls games in general, so I'm not surprised I ended up whiffing on that one. But it's alright, because we wanted to explore this area anyway. And now we get to do so from an advantageous position to boot. Now I'm just gonna draw this guy out. And over here, there are a couple of these enemies that do arcane damage. Watch out, basically what you want to do, as well as the Anti-Clockwise Metamorphosis rune, which increases your stamina. What you want to do with these Blue Man group members, you want to kind of just run in there and try to kill them in a couple of hits, because they do have these powerful arcane laser attacks that can take your health down very, very quick. Also can farm if you have an arcane build or arcane wielding character, you can farm the enemies here for arcane blood gemstones, which grant you, I want to say, about 8.4 arcane damage. Now, there are two pathways you can take once you come out of this area. There's a part where you can get to a shortcut. And it's right here. This is the shortcut leading up to the area that we've explored in a previous video, where you find the cannon weapon. And I'm just going to go ahead and activate that so we can come back here anytime. And these pigs, you can farm them for blood vials and blood echoes. They're just extremely easy to kill. All you gotta do is just get behind them, do a charged up attack, and you can perform a visceral backstab on them. And they'll drop a few blood vials, and you also get quite a bit of souls from them. So if you have any of the moon runes, you can multiply the amount of souls you will get per kill out of those. So I'm just going to go ahead and backtrack a little bit, since we still got a few items to pick up in this area. And this is why Ludwig's sword is probably my favorite weapon in the entire game. It just makes dealing with these snake-headed enemies so much easier, as well as the viper pits themselves. It just makes it very trivial and easy to kill these guys. And just like that, one combo, I was able to clear out basically all 4 Viper enemies. And this is the area where, if you guys remember, I previously whiffed on a jump. So I want to backtrack a little bit and see if I can make it here, because it leads to the graveyard set, I should say. I don't remember exact name. I'll have to look it up as soon as I get it. But first, let's explore this area here. Pick up some Frenzy Cold Blood, and as you saw, there's another Viper Pit yet up ahead with multiple Viper Pit hatchlings surrounding it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and oh, here's some more Viper Pits. I'm gonna deal with them one by one, just try to draw them out. There is another rune here to be had. And this is the Deep Sea Rune. This one is extremely important. This rune will add plus 200 to your Frenzy resistance. Frenzy works similar to Bleed in Dark Souls games, in that it's as it builds up, it will take off a portion of your HP. However, unlike Bleed, Frenzy will keep building sometimes even if the source of build-up is gone. So here, this is a pretty dangerous area. Watch out for these grab attacks that these guys will do. They can hit you for a ton of damage, and also they will poison you, so watch out. Usually forward R2 attack is my personal favorite on dealing with these enemies. This is basically the jump power attack. And you get the first bloodstone chunk here. And I'm just going to go ahead and backtrack a bit to the area with that giant Viper Pit. And all that for just a Frenzy Cold Blood. There's a bit of a shortcut there, but first let's go ahead and try to finally pick up that Grave Robber set that I skimmed on earlier. And even after about 6 or 7 goes through this area, I still have trouble finding my way back at times. So here we go. You can orientate yourself by the in terms of the jump area by these reddish gravestones. A bit away from them is this cliff area, so just gonna go ahead and try to jump now and miss it again. Fail, fail, fail. And now we're right back in this Blue Man Group area. And I'll probably cut this part out where I'm just backtracking towards this jump. Alright, and finally, third time is the charm. I usually have problems with any kind of jumps in these games. Just the double tap and circle for some reason just does not come easy for me. So here we'll pick up Graveguard Mask. And let's check up in the lore of this item. It's actually Graveguard Mask. And it's a mask of Doris, Graveguard of the Forbidden Woods. His pale countenance mimics the Labyrinth Watchers. William kept two loyal servants back at Bergenworth. When they were sent into the Labyrinth, they encountered the Eldritch Truth and went mad. One became the password gatekeeper, while Doris became a Graveguard of the Forest. Both remained loyal, even in the madness. So, just in case you guys have problems deciphering it, when it says that they ventured into the Labyrinth, it means the Chalice Dungeons. And it seems that they've encountered a great one in there, which caused them to go mad. In fact, the guy who was sitting dead in front of the Forbidden Woods, guarding the password, is the other member. And here we pick up the rest of the outfit. And now we can go ahead and get on our way. And this is the area before where we found the shortcut and where we slayed the giant boar. Now, make sure you explore this area down here. It's full of these undead crawlers. Usually, charged up attack will kill them or come close to killing them. But they're not much of a problem anyway. You can just come up and mash R1. And here we pick up the Dissipating Lake Rune. Dissipating Lake Rune, which increases bolt defense. And this will come in handy since we'll be visiting with a Dark Beast Parl towards the end of this area. Well, I should say once we clear this area, since I'm gonna kill Shadows of Yharnam first, and after that we'll backtrack to Hypothesian Jail and we'll kill Dark Beast Parl. And now we're almost done with this area. But first, before we fight the Shadows of Yharnam, I want to show you guys this area up on top. You can jump down there from above. There's only one enemy here. But there's also a Clockwise Metamorphosis rune, and that's the one that gives you a slight boost to the HP. So you get 5% more HP, while Anti-Clockwise Metamorphosis gives you 10% boost to stamina. And if you jump down here, then since you won't be able to open the gate, you can always just take this pathway up. And I do believe we killed the Viper Pit there. So now all we gotta do is take on the boss of this area, which is the Shadows of Yharnam. And to get to Shadows of Yharnam, all you gotta do is just follow this pathway down the steps. And this is the boss area up ahead. I will put this in the next video, guys. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. I will catch you in the next video.